everyone. This podcast is brought to you by the Chartered Institute of Building, aka CIOB, the world's largest and most influential professional body of construction management and leadership, with around 50,000 members in more than 100 countries. Our members past and present have had a hand in executing many groundbreaking construction projects around the globe, from the Houses of Parliament in London and the Sydney Opera House through to venues for the Beijing and London Olympics. Charter membership provides you with the recognition of your abilities, knowledge, and experience within the industry, creating more exciting career opportunities. Do not forget to become a student member for free today. For the audience to get a bit of background here, so Prakash took the leap into the construction market where COVID just had hit the market and introduced supposedly amplified competition. But he's one of those who made it through over 70 applications and eventually found the aligned opportunities at Turner & Townsend. So Prakash, you've certainly positioned yourself as an inspiration to your peers, especially those who are still job seeking in the current market. So let's now just wrap the conversation around this. What brought you initially to the radar of ours when we're scouting for suitable candidates for the interview was the LinkedIn post of yours, which I would call as a smash hit.
Yeah, I mean...
have you checked how many reactions and comments it has attracted by far?
I think as far as I know, it was 21,000 likes and comments I'm not too sure about, but it was... I think I had 1.1 million views for that post, so it was a lot. So I think if I just speak about the post, I was like one day when I was after work, I just had after having dinner and did my assignment or studies or whatsoever. I was just about to go to sleep, and then I was just typing this caption on. And then of course, I did it 2 or 3 times to make sure the caption is good and whatsoever. But when I woke up in the next day, it was over 500 and stuff, and I was like, okay, it's going on. And then, but I never thought it's gonna be more than 1,000 or whatsoever. But it should escalated a bit more. And also the comments, people, it's very good to see people wanted motivation, especially the people or students who are studying in Australia. Knowing that there is, because the one thing that I emphasized more was the networking part of it. So people wanted to, people believe that there is a way like that to get an opportunity, your dream opportunity, dream job that you always wanted to. So I'm happy that the post really helped out, and I, was able to show the people or the world to say that this is one of the options that you can take. It's not just job applications.
Right. It's all because you do have such a heartening story in the background that spoke and touched the heart of not only those aspiring and established professionals in the property and construction space, but supposedly and evidently those from almost all walks of life. And as you highlighted in the post, attitude, patience, change, and network, which definitely underpin this inspirational story. So, as a question to start with, what was it that kept you trusting in the process in the course of progressing your applications in a very uncertain climate last year?
Well, Daisy, it's a very good question. I think I would say it was the 70 applications was a safety net. So I'm pretty sure it was over 100 job applications that I went through. It's a very tough. It was a very tough time last year, especially in terms of getting an opportunity, because a lot of people were unemployed and things were going in a very bad way. But you have to know one thing, like in terms of how you should mentally prepare yourself. It's that you should know, if you try something, if you keep trying, only that one thing outside will come to you. If you don't try it, someone will come and grab it. So if you have that mindset, like you should not let go. I mean, things can be tough outside, but it's something that you can't change. You have to be with them and fight with them to get that opportunity or that dream job that you always wanted to have. So it's it's a very like I would say, it's in terms of like the mental conditioning, I would say it's all about the attitude that's saying, I have something outside there. There is this company, there will be one company who wants to hire me and get my experience or the skill set that they need. So it's something like that. You have to always like believing in yourself that you have something outside over there.
Yep. I would say mental conditioning is a really fundamental premise to succeeding in the course of job hunting. But acknowledgeably, it's probably not linear, the whole process. I would tend to liken it as a labyrinth. So as you highlighted in the post, yes, it's quite critical that we keep trusting the process, we're holding on to it, and also we persevere. But in the meantime, we shouldn't also downplay the role of navigating, reflecting, and realigning so that you can take due actions to make a change in due course to escalate the process and also to bring you closer to success. So what was the game changer that you have considered that brought you to the front door?
If I start like this way, so it's a bit tough when it comes to getting rejected through job applications. Like, so every day when you wake up, I normally go and check my email. So when I go and check my email, there's a rejection email by this particular company. Any company that you would say, oh, thanks for applying, and when they say unfortunately, I don't even read the email, so I know I have been rejected. So it's a bit tough. So but one day when I was in my lectures, one of my lecturers said 75% of the jobs in Australia, it's not through job applications, it's with people. And then I actually had a thought about it, and then I had a bit of research on this, but it's what are the other statements that can back up that statement. So I mean, I found a lot of articles and a lot of facts saying this is the best way to get the job. So I mean, then I thought, okay, so if I want to go through networking, I have to make another proper plan to make sure that I achieve it, or maybe go step by step to get the job that I want to. So what I did was I actually made an Excel sheet. To be honest, I made an Excel sheet saying, okay, this company, this is the HR manager, this is the director, this is where the company is, this is the link, this is the contact number, and when was the last day that I spoke with this person, and did I send my CV, and what was the method that I used to follow up with them. So those kind of things. So this was very, very consistent for the last I mean, if I would say, if I go back, so February 1st was the day that I started my job. But let's say from December, so I specifically started in 2020 around July. So from July to December, maybe until January, this was very, very consistent. But also I have to say, whenever you get rejected, sometimes, people won't reply you. It's like I said, you tend to give up sometimes. That's because when they don't reply, or they don't even consider the application. So it's very bit tough. It's a tough thing. But whenever you feel like that, if you want to give up, just take a break. Don't give up, just take a break. That's what I did. So I took a break, and again I got back into the game, and again I started networking with people. So it went around. I spoke with few HR managers, I spoke with a lot of directors, and also a few CEOs as well through LinkedIn, and was able to connect with them. And then also I had 2 or 3 I would say online conversations going on. So through them also I got some experience on what they think about the industry, and how they got the opportunity and how they worked themselves through. So those experience, you need to grab those experience and what they did to your life, and then start making applying those what they did in your real life as well. So it was a tough journey, but I won't say it was a tough journey, but it was somewhat, you have to put some hard work in. So because it takes some time, you need some patience to get through. And yeah, so you have to start talking with people. Sometimes, it's a bit, you don't know what to do, how to talk with people. Sometimes I get that question from a lot of people after the post. So I always tell them, you just like what I did was I did a research on how to talk with people. So how to start a conversation, how to keep it going, and those kind of things. So it's always about you. You have to go and do the research and see what's that learning about, and how to get that idea. You have to get that idea. Okay, this is how the conversation is being built. This is how the conversation can be. How to be consistent with the conversation. So it was learning, and then I started applying. So earlier it was, the curve was like this, but then it started growing like this, and started increasing, escalating, and it started working very well. So when you start talking with people in the earlier stage, you won't you might not get replies, or they won't talk with you, but you have to understand why they didn't talk with you, what's the wrong with the message that you have put in it, and then start doing that changing, and get things will fall into place if you start doing your learning, and then do the necessary changes, and people will get to know you, and start engaging with them. They will get to know you, and there is an opportunity outside. They will come and talk with you and ask, what do you think about it?
For those of you who are yet to be inspired by Prakash by means of approaching him and crack up a coffee conversation, we've now got a story here for you to always rewatch and regurgitate, and hopefully this has appeared very valuable asset for you to fall back on in case you're still part of this process of job hunting and also leaping into the next aligned opportunities awaiting you, provided that you keep trusting the process and also adopt the right strategies and have the growth mindset to always reprogram and rewire. So if I were to shed light on one point I found really instrumental in Prakash's lesson, that would be potentially the way we embrace what's so-called the rejections. So yes, we can't change the decisional results, but we can definitely reframe the stories by means of changing the way we perceive it. So
Yes.
handling and internalizing it as a no, and keep self-sabotaging with those doubts or limiting beliefs. Why don't we just take this as a message that says not yet? Might just take one more attempt. You never know, like Prakash. One more attempt to apply to TNT and anywhere else.
Yes, it's life changing. So it's always, keep trying to take another chance, and then take another chance, because you have nothing to lose. So that's why if you really want something, you have to keep trying. Then some way or the other you will get that what you always wanted to. So it's always, like you said, you have to keep trying and trying. Then you never know. It was, maybe for me it was 100. Sometimes for you maybe 5. Maybe 5 rejections might lead you in. Sometimes maybe 200 people, 200 applications, but still it's about trying, and you have to know that you are unique, and you are here to do something different to this world. So some way or the other, someone will give you that opportunity. So that's something you have to believe in, that something, so you will get it.
Yeah. And I imagine throughout the course of networking and also seeking for mentorship, you shouldn't do so with a victim mindset or have a sense of entitlement, because nobody owes you anything.
So it's like starting a conversation. If I want to give a tip, so don't asking jobs from people, from these professionals. It's not the thing. They're not here to give jobs all the time. So if I'm in a executive position, if someone comes and asks me a job, it's a bit for me, it's more like a common question that I might get. So I would rather speak something different, or maybe speak about what they have done, and what their plans are, and how that can change the world or the industry. It's something, a topic that actually interests them to speak with. So those are like one of the tips that will help you to get that front step in. So so that's one of the things that I did. So that thing also came up with research and knowing how to talk with people, and the knowledge, and how it will help you to get to know those professionals in the industry.
And definitely do speak to yourself in a way that you believe you deserve better support, provided you keep turning on in the process. So Prakash, I know we've inadvertently converted this to a very great and powerful coaching session chaired by you. But if you were to give a top one advice to enlighten and help your peers scale their career and personal development, what will be it?
I would say don't think that you know everything. It's something that you have to understand, because you may be a smart student in the class, but sometimes when you go out there, when you start working, you will know that you have things that you have missed, you haven't learned. So those things you start learning in the, maybe you start working with different people from different backgrounds. So you have to understand one thing, that you should not tell yourself that you know everything in this world. It's all about learning. It's all about learning every day. So it's always about a learning process. So it's the best advice that I can give.
Yeah. And it should never stop. The course of exploring yourself, you have to know yourself before you know your alignment or misalignment with anything around you.
Yes, correct.
Okay, Prakash, I really wish that we can keep the conversation going outside the production, but thank you very much, first of all, for bringing in your energy and insights to this very powerful episode. It's really been a great delight to chat with like-minded and high-achieving young professionals who speak achievements and growth as your first language. But before we call this a big and amazing wrap, please share a go-to quote that defines your attitude and getting you to where you are today.
It's the quote is about your life comes down to your decisions, and if you change your decisions, you will change your life. Yeah.
Say it again.
Your life comes down to your decisions. If you change your decisions, you will change your life.
Thanks very much, Prakash. I hope that you've enjoyed the interview, and we look forward to disseminating it, to inspiring more, and hit a million bracket.
Thank you very much, Daisy. Thanks for Novus Victoria as well for giving me the opportunity to speak about this, and have the community out there, especially the students, the graduates, to know that you are unique and you are here to do something different to this world. So I'm very thankful for Novus Victoria for giving me the opportunity, and I had a very good time with you as well, Daisy. Thank you very much for inviting me on this.
Thanks, Prakash. Wish you all the best in your future endeavors in all the avenues. We look forward to speaking to you the next time, whenever we meet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.